Greetings to all. Myself Vaishnavi, Assistant Professor, IT Department from SNS College of Technology. Now we are going to see about the operating system structures. It is essential for managing the computer hardware and the software resources. It provides the vital services for the programs, and it gives a clear understanding of the operating system structures. It is helpful for the users and the developers. The definition of the operating system that manages both the hardware and the software resources. Here we have the diagram for operating system definitions. Here we have hardware management, software management, resource allocation, and then user interfaces. Second one, importance of operating system structures. It understands the operating system it is crucial for grasping the system operations. Here we have some key components. First one will be the device drivers, and then we have system libraries, and then user interface, and fourth one will be the kernel. This is the operating system structures hierarchy. And then kernel and its function. The kernel is a vital part of an operating system. It managing the resources like CPU, memory, and input-output devices. And it will understand its roles and its types, which is essential for an effective system performances. And then role of kernel. Here, the kernel manages the system resources such as CPU, memory, and then input-output devices. Here we have the kernel and its function diagram. First one, here we have the kernel, that is the core of an operating system, and then followed by that kernel we have resource management. Here it will manages the CPU, memory, and input output devices. And then third one will be the kernel types, that is here we have monolithic, microkernel, and then hybrid. These are the kernel types. And then fourth one will be the system calls. It facilitates the services like file operations. Next one will be the process management. In process management, we have a process, and then process states, and then scheduling algorithm. These comes under the process management. First one will be the process structures. In process structures, we have the first one will be the process, the program in execution, we call it as a process. After that, we have the program code, that is an instruction we used for an execution, we call it as program code. And then we have current activity, that is ongoing operations of the processes. Fourth one will be the allocated resources, that is resources used by the processes are comes under the resource allocations. And then second one will be the process state. Here we have the 5 states. That first one will be the new state, then ready state. Third one will be the running, fourth one waiting, and fifth state will be the terminated state. These are the process transitions happens. Next one will be the CPU scheduling algorithms. In CPU scheduling algorithms, we have types as FCFS, SJF, round robin, priority. Like that, we have some CPU scheduling algorithms. Next one will be the memory management. The purpose of the memory management will be it ensures the efficient memory which is useful for the performances. And then virtual memory, it extends the RAM using for the disk space. Third one will be the paging. It divides the memory into the fixed size units. And then followed by the paging, we have segmentation. That divides the memory into the variable size units, we call it as segmentations. Next one, file system organization. In file system organizations, it will organize, store, and manages the data in the storage devices, which is providing the hierarchical structure for the file accesses. In the file types, we have some types of files, that is NTFS, FAT32, and then extension 4, each offering the different features like security, efficiency, and the compatibility. And then file operations, which includes the creation, deletion, reading, writing, and allowing the users and application to manage the data efficiently. And then device management. In device management, it is an effective device. This is crucial for optimal performances and the seamless interaction between the OS and the hardware devices. Here we have the device management. device drivers, and then input output management, and buffering and caching. And then security and production. In security and production, we have security structure, access control, and malware productions. These comes under the security and productions. And then networking and operating system, which is essential components of the networking communication. Here we have network bases that enables the device communication and resource allocation, and then protocol, which facilitates the data transmission and ensure the reliability. And then third one will be the network security. It protect the data with encryptions and firewalls. And then virtualization in operating systems, which virtualization which allows a multiple OS to run on the single physical machine, exchanging the resource utilization and flexibility. And then hypervisor, it manages the virtual machines, and it allocates the resources. And then here we have cost reductions through the efficient resource management. It will reduces the cost. And then backup and recovery, it simplifies the backup and the recovery process efficiently, and then it will improve the testing environments. Thank you.